get to the FearFishing Webcast, let's talk about our sponsor of the show, ROM Elite subscription box at simplefishing.ca. The subscription box with the most hard baits. Everybody likes getting hard baits, not just a bunch of soft plastics and that, but hard baits, lures to cast. They have walleye boxes, bass boxes, multi-species boxes, and of course, northern pike boxes. Check them out at simplefishing.ca. You can save $10 on your first box by using discount code FearFishing. Let's do this.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Tested it about 25 times today and it worked the whole time.
It looks like it wants to work.
It's coming. It's happening.
It's not happening.
Whoa! We can just go on.
Custom.
Wow.
It's kind of plain. Man, that thing never works, ever.
Once.
For the life of me. Once.
Once.
It
Time
worked
to
when
make
we
a new
first-
one.
Yeah.
I was going to make a new one tonight and see if it worked, but interesting enough, I never got to it. Whoa! Show number 62. Big week. It's classic week for the CSFL.
It is.
You
Yeah.
got something going on too. We'll
Yeah.
get to that in a minute.
Yep.
Whew. I'm Ian West, for all of you who don't know. Mark, you want to introduce yourself?
Mark Hunter from beautiful Bowmanville, Ontario.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Shawn.
Yo.
Yo, that's
Yo.
it? That's all you got for us?
That's it. I'm Shawn McCall. Yo.
Producing tonight, Amber, the mighty Amber.
Woo!
Hi.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Where are you at?
She won't come on camera.
She won't?
No, she's holding out on us.
She's a little camera shy.
First, she didn't want to be the producer, and then we made her be the producer, and then she decided she wasn't going to be on camera anymore. Can you just put on for a minute?
Let's see it.
Now she
There
doesn't. Wow.
There
Good to
she
see
is.
you.
Our
Amber.
token hot chick.
Yeah. Way to hang in there.
Everybody needs one.
Well, let's get to the action. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing excellent, just getting off the last long weekend of the summer break there. Not that it means anything to me being a working man, but I'm sure there's a
Summer
lot of happy
break.
parents out there.
Tomorrow is back to school.
There's some wine going down tonight.
Of the year.
Yes, tomorrow is back to school for all the youngins.
Yeah.
We have two of them who are upstairs.
Back to school for my girlfriend. She's
Yeah.
a teacher.
Yeah,
She's
she
a
is,
teacher.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
going
yeah.
back too.
Yeah. She's been losing her mind for a week.
We have lunches made. We got everything ready for tomorrow.
You got lunches made already?
Lunches are made. Ashton made his
Wow.
own lunch. Today is also Ashton's 7th birthday.
Oh,
Starts grade
happy
2.
birthday, little man.
Last night we went out for a big birthday party.
It was a good time.
It was fun, wasn't
We
it?
had we went to Neb's Fun World. We go-karted.
We go karting.
We did the virtual reality.
The virtual reality is one of the coolest things I think I've ever done in my entire life.
You look great doing that. We were laughing at you, but you were
It's so
ducking
weird.
in and
Well, you got to move.
tucking
when
and
you're in, you
You
rolling.
got to move.
When you got that headset on, you're in the game.
You are, yeah.
There's
everything.
no outside world anymore.
Yeah. Buddy hands you the gun. You can see the gun coming at you. He walks over with your gun. You reach out with your hand, and your hand grabs that gun. Like that's like it's a real
You're
deal.
in there.
Oh, wow.
And then we bowled.
Yeah, how'd that go for you, Ian?
Not so hot for me. Mars did well. Marley
Mars
did well.
did, yeah.
He is an excellent. Ashton won
Ashton,
his
great.
group's first game. The most of this awesome stuff that happens at Fear Fishing doesn't happen on film.
Yeah, we have a lot of
It should
fun.
probably stay that way.
Yeah, but you know what? Like we don't all just fish and hunt together. We do it like everything together.
Yeah, we hang out. We go for dinner. We have campfires. We have what else do we do? Macrame. We do some macrame.
We've cuddled.
We've cuddled.
Yeah, there's a vlog video of you two in Texas cuddling. You remember that with the monkey?
If he wasn't so damn cuddly, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
But
that's
this
it.
isn't just a hunt and fishing thing. It just happens that we all hunt and fish together. But man, it's become like a tight family.
Yeah, it has.
I don't
Love
think we
it.
do
Love
anything.
it.
Nobody's birthday. We do birthdays together. Your and
Yeah.
I's birthdays
Yeah.
together every year.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We're deep into this now. Deep.
Yeah.
Wait, we never had a
Deep.
party for you this year, did we? No, we
No,
didn't.
he went last.
No. I went
No.
MIA on my birthday this year.
Yeah, did.
He
Where
when
were
he-
you?
his 40th when he cried. He probably
Yeah.
deserves a couple
Remember when
years
he
off.
sat in the truck for 10 minutes?
didn't
with
cry.
the
He didn't
tears
cry.
rolling down your
I
eyes?
didn't
It was
cry.
so
I
emotional.
will scissor kick you right now. I didn't cry.
It
You
was
know what?
either
I was there and you cried.
What?
we come
You
up
did.
the
I
laneway.
didn't cry.
And then you took your shirt off.
It was like a Paramount movie, like The Notebook.
Remember this unicorn put his
I
unicorn
cried
shirt on?
and then got naked.
It was like The Notebook, but like the birthday. The best part about that birthday is he did everything to try to get out of it, eh?
Yeah. He's
He
the
went
hardest
fishing,
guy
yeah.
in the world to tell him to do something. Oh, no,
I'm gonna go fishing.
Well, I was going fishing. It was my birthday, man. I wanted to fish.
We don't care if it's your birthday.
Yeah.
Nobody told me they had a surprise party planned for me. I was going
that's
fishing.
That's the whole point of the surprise party. You don't tell the guy.
Yeah, you probably should have got me to leave my boat at home somehow.
It's all right.
I think we had a Mercer's event that weekend too. We need your boat.
It was the next day.
Yeah, it was the next day.
Yeah. Andy called me at 5 o'clock in the morning on the way up. I woke up with one eye open and I was still drunk from the night before. He's like, bro, I need a list of all the guys fishing today. I'm like, hey, Andy, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. He's like, bro. He's like, you don't understand. I need that list right now. Who's fishing?
Oh my god.
I'm like, give me a minute.
He's so
Right?
intense. He is so intense. Like when he calls, he calls.
It turned out great. We had like 40 plus people there. It was great.
Yeah, it was good.
That was a good event.
I stayed
That was a
on
good
shore
weekend.
that day and helped Andy
You did, yeah.
with the whole deal.
Yeah, our
That was
families
an
all
experience,
helped.
Yeah, it was a great turnout.
Where do we want to start off? At the CSFL Tri-Lakes. We needed a big weekend to make the Classic. And we did not have a big weekend, but we made the Classic.
Jeez,
Yeah,
I think
we
we
did.
felt sorry for you.
That was a tough event, man. Like Tri-Lakes, man, Shawn and I covered a ton of water with no fish on it.
Then we found that one little deal at the end there, and every pass we got a fish.
We got
were
a
kinda
fish.
lucky.
Oh, yeah?
Sean missed a
Yeah.
big one, and if we had another hour and a half on day 2, we'd have done a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so would everybody else.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Except for the
But
Johnsons, I don't know if they could have done any better.
Day
Not
2,
on
they
day
got
two, they
Day
had
2.
Oh
12
yeah,
pounds.
day 2. Yeah, they come in with what?
Day
almost
1, they
23 pounds.
nuked it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they crushed
They
it.
moved it like man. That's a big sack of fish. So I don't know if we want to share any of our information from Tri Lakes. People want to go out there and catch.
Yeah.
Catch
10
dinks.
pounds.
You want to go catch some 1-pounders?
Maybe you can
Let's
Here's
talk.
what you do.
What happened after CFL Tri Lakes lie detector test?
Yes.
You know, I think bringing the lie detector test is awesome.
Yes, for sure.
Me too.
I
Awesome.
like it too.
Me
I
too.
think it's good.
I will pay $10 every tournament, an extra $10. Like, listen, if you're going out there and you're fishing tournaments, you're not hurting for $10.
No.
Tell you straight up, you can afford the $10.
Yeah.
I would pay that $10 as an insurance policy to have a lie detector test done.
Yeah.
Personally, I would. That's my personal opinion. I think it's awesome.
Well,
Right? It gives us all that peace of mind, and it brings the integrity back to our sport.
That's right.
A little
So
transparency, right?
anybody who doesn't know,
100%.
we basically lost a fishing series. Hold on. There a couple of years ago because there was cheaters, and we didn't have a
Yes.
lie detector test.
Yes.
If there had been a lie detector test at that, we wouldn't be down a series.
No.
So I think
I don't think that crushed the series. I think a lot of that had to do with Ted's health, right?
yeah.
I'm
But,
sure it was.
he got
it
pretty
was.
sick
It was.
there.
It was a factor. I'm sure.
The
Or a motivator.
but I like the idea.
Why did you mess around with your mic? It was
I
fine.
don't know. I don't know what's going
He
on.
touches stuff.
He
Eh?
just
I know.
likes
I gotta
buttons.
like to touch it, but I like the lie detector test. We were pre-warned too. It wasn't like it was Sunday afternoon deal. We were pre-warned that there would be lie detector tests for some people, and didn't tell if it was going to be the winners or second place or seventh place, but there was going to be some. I think it's great. I think that there's way too much people just calling. Like it seems like right now, if you win an event, you're a cheater.
Yeah. If you win,
If you win too many events,
Yeah,
I think you start to get labeled.
Yeah.
Guys start to wonder, right?
Yeah,
Which is
and
bullshit.
But this shuts people right up, right?
Oh, yeah, this is over.
Corey and Chris they loved it. They were
Yeah.
like, "This is awesome. This is the best thing ever."
And it's
they,
not their first one either,
No.
right?
No,
They
they
do it
take
all
them
the
all the
time.
time in the
Down
FLW
south?
in the States. It happens all the time. Like, and it's random too. They'll walk up to you in line. They'll just walk up and you're going to do a polygraph,
test.
right? Yep, no problem.
Yep.
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 I
It
don't
doesn't
think it
matter if
bothers
you're
them
it
at
doesn't
all. They're not
matter
cheating.
if you're in the top 10 or you're all the way back. It doesn't matter.
What do you think of guys accusing Corey and Chris again of cheating? It's getting old, eh?
Well,
It never seems to end.
these guys are a whole nother level, and I don't think maybe some guys realize that or understand that
That they're there.
they're
like,
just at that level that they just
they are
fish.
just
I
simply
don't know what
better
to
than
say. They
everybody
just-
else.
You got to look at their time on the water, man.
Oh yeah.
It's all the
and
time on the water.
it's not just our season; it's the entire year. Their season starts January.
Sure
Yeah.
it does, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Could you imagine?
Just that's all they do.
Awesome.
Hey, going
That'd
down
be
to
awesome.
Okeechobee for your first event of the year, going down to smash them 10 pounders.
Well, didn't you do that last year?
Yeah, I did, but
Not-
it's not like I stayed down there and
So they've
Fish terrace chain.
If you think about it, basically because we only have a 6-month fishing season, if they've been fishing for 20 years, they've really been fishing for 20 years, where the rest of us have put 10 years into it because half the season was closed,
that makes sense.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have more time on the water, and it's good that they did the lie detector test, and there was no issues, and it just proves it's over. Like, we can't complain about this, or anybody can't complain about this anymore. It's just over. Done deal.
Yep.
Did a lie detector test. It's over.
Now we
Move
talked
on.
to Andy about that, right? And
Yes,
he said
we did.
if someone, let me clear this up. If somebody was to fail that test, they would rerun that test just to make sure.
Oh yeah,
Is that
100%.
what-
That's what he
is
said.
that-
yeah.
He'd do the test twice. He wouldn't come out accusing. He would
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
You know, they use a really reputable guy from Aurelia. He's an ex-OPP. You know, he's really well known through the
Yep.
police force. Like, this is what he does
He
now.
said
right?
that he did insurance cases and other
Yep.
stuff, not
Yeah.
just once in a blue moon. This is full-time gig for
is
this
his thing,
gentleman.
yeah.
That's right.
So, but I think it's good. I think that the fact that at any time during the CSFL season they could bring this in,
Yes.
kind of puts legitimacy in this. Right? It's a business.
100%.
Anytime you put money in anything, there's going to be people who try to scam off somewhere.
That's
Yeah.
It's
Or
just-
people think they're getting scammed.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's tough losing to somebody all the time, but
Like yesterday,
It
when
is
we
what it
were,
is.
when we were bowling. Remember that?
I don't lose to you all the time.
It was all the time
That's
last
that's
night.
a big difference. But it just gives them the name of the sport. It just makes it so simple, so easy. It is what it is. Now we can all move on
Yeah.
and not call everybody a cheater. Oh, man,
Yep.
I hear everybody's cheating. That's all I ever hear about.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And-
I wish I was in a position to take a polygraph test.
Yeah, me too.
That means I'm
Just
cashing a check.
once.
Yeah.
You know?
once.
It'd be different.
It'd be
Yeah.
sweet.
For sure. This mic is not working at all. It hates me today.
You want mine?
Nope. So, since we're on the CSFL, it's Classic Week.
It is.
Yeah.
You were out pre-fishing today.
I pre-fished Saturday and I pre-fished today. Yeah.
How's it going?
Going well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I went around, did a lot of graphing today, and then I'd find what I was looking for, and I would drop on it, just
Yep.
pull up one fish, right?
Yeah.
First fish of the day was a 3.5. So
Nice. I'm gonna go tomorrow. I've rigged up 5 topwater rods. The only time I've ever gone good on balsam is throwing big topwater
yeah,
bites
topwater's a big bait out there, man.
all day looking for 5 fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone there. Balsam is absolutely full of 13, 14-inch fish. Like the lake has a lot of fish in it.
It's got some big fish. in
It has some giants too. It's just
Yeah.
trying to
Where
sort
do
through
they
to get
go?
to those giants,
Where
right?
do they go? Golden question, I guess.
Right, and that's the tough part. There's just there's the possibility for a 20-pound bag every day on balsam, but it's like you catch dink after, especially in the smallmouth department, just tiny one after tiny one after tiny one.
Yeah, I pulled up in one spot today. You know, I graphed a lot today. I graphed probably, 6 hours. And I pulled up on one spot today, and I ran the graph over it back and forth, and I'm like, wow, this is the best spot I've seen all day. This is awesome. It's everything that I was looking for all in one. And I marked a couple arcs, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start dropping on this stuff. And dink after dink after dink, and I'm like, I'll hook these things all day.
Yeah. Get
See,
through them.
give me one good one, right?
Yeah. Never came.
Never came on that one spot. I was a little
Wow.
bit. I'll have to check it again on Wednesday.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's tough. Like, man, I fished a couple tournaments there where pre-fish went really, really good, and then tournament day they just weren't there. I remember one time we found all these smallmouth on sand and weed, on like tons of them. Go there opening day of the tournament, we caught 14 walleye.
No
jerk
way.
bait.
I caught a smoker
Man.
walleye today,
Did ya?
buddy. Oh yeah,
I've never done well on
Yeah,
balsam. Not
yeah.
one of my favorite.
Really?
lakes, to be
smashed a
honest.
drop shot, hit her on the
Yeah.
fall.
I've weighed in one good bag, but I've also been there where like, man, 5 pounds for 5 fish.
Yeah,
And that is the lake of the struggle. Like I've
It is.
never had a lake in my whole life. Like I've probably had one good day there. There was a classic maybe 10 years ago that Marley and I didn't even go to. We went camping instead.
Really?
because it was on
You
Balsam
skip it?
Lake. We were
Really?
just like, no, we're good. No, we're good.
I like
That
it. I
lake
like
can kick
Balsam
up
Lake.
good too, eh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
What was it, like 3 years? The last Top Bass event
Yep.
was on there, and it was miserable. And the biggest waves.
Yep.
Yeah, there were some good ones out there today.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah,
died that
a couple
day.
times.
That lake blows up like no other.
Yeah, and a couple of stretches it can get real dicey.
It
I
has
I broke my boat today.
no way.
Yeah, way.
What'd you break?
Something probably real important because the motor dropped a half an inch.
No way.
Yeah, in like I think it's in like the steering shaft or something that
Ooh.
holds the motor up in the bottom. Like had it on the trailer pulling it out of the water, and I was watching the boat, and when I come out of the water, I seen the motor shake side to side. I'm like, what? That's not normal.
No.
Because I same routine every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That way I don't forget anything. And the motor shakes. I pull around and I park. I get out and I go back and I grab motor with one hand. Like it's still like the mount to the boat is fine.
Yep.
It's the piece that rotates,
Gotcha.
right? When you turn,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
right? It's like the shaft
Yeah.
through that piece. Like the main motor is on something there.
Are you voguing right now?
voguing coming at you tonight too. You guys are both gonna get it when we're
Just
done.
vogued.
Yeah.
was
We're
epic.
having a pillow fight.
Oh man, I was into that story.
So, anyways, your shaft was.
My shaft was this big, right? And then it dropped another half inch.
Wow.
Great
Wow.
story.
Wow.
But no, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to drop it off at Bay Marine because they're the only people that I take my boat to. They know the
Yep.
boat, so they've dealt with it a couple times already.
You ever tried Mercer Marine?
So we're fishing all the time. We're fishing together this weekend.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be. I think if you had 15 pounds a day, you'd do all right at the end.
15 pounds a day, I think you'll make the cut.
Oh, for sure.
I think.
I think you'll do all right. It's the weather's really weird. This is going to be the hottest classic I think I've ever fished on any lake. It's hot. It's steaming
It's
hot.
balsam, buddy. It's gonna be blowing and raining.
You think so?
Guarantee you.
Cool
Guarantee
right
you
off.
It's balsam.
I remember the last time we were there in that rainstorm. It was so cold. Like I had the best rain gear on, and I was so cold. I even had a cell phone, an iPhone, overheat in my pocket. Yeah,
What?
like it was gonna explode. Marley had to hold it out the window on the way home. It got so hot. Weird, eh? It was tough. Struggled.
Wow.
But it seems extra warm out. Do you think these fish are on a fall pattern yet?
No.
I don't know the fish that well to.
I think the fish
Judge it.
I think the fish are a whole lot like the salmon. It doesn't matter how hot it is, that they're more connected to moon phases than anything else. Like that, I believe that the fish know right now that fall's coming. The same as I believe
Absolutely,
that
they know.
the whitetail know the rut's coming. It's
Yeah,
still
but
still out there, right?
I think water temperature still got a lot to do with it.
No, because it like let's think of last year. If last year those fish didn't set up because October is hot. Remember
Yeah,
deer hunting? It was like
yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
But overnight it became November snow. Like it was cold real quick. If those fish
Yeah,
didn't
it was.
start, if those fish didn't start on the feed bag before the weather changed last year, they would have gone into the winter skinny.
When you're
I
talking
think-
fall patterns, I would say they're on the fall pattern, but the typical, what's known as the U.S. fall pattern, because ours starts in like August.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Compared
yeah,
to-
yeah, yeah,
Like when
for
you
sure.
when you read your
For sure.
magazine, it says fall patterns from the U.S.
That is a very good point.
That it's not. They're not talking about October and November. They're talking like
August.
September here. So you got to push that back a little.
I don't think we're into the time period now where they're just on the absolute pound fest on minnows. I think they're just.
Did you see a lot
starting.
of bait fish where you're fishing? Or were they chasing
Oh,
bait? Or
yeah.
what were
Oh,
they doing?
I don't know if they were chasing
Picking
bait, but
draws or
there's a lot of really
Tiny stuff,
small
right?
bait fish out
There was a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
on tri
there's-
lakes too
yeah,
that we
there
were
was.
fishing.
Yeah,
What
so
is it? What's your guess
small.
on what that is?
What are they feeding?
No, what kind of bait fish is that?
You know what? I've seen a bunch like that on Nipissing, and they were probably an inch. So it's got to be this year's fry. I would think maybe they weren't a perch.
Of whoever hatched
They,
last.
yeah, they weren't a perch. They were some kind of minnow, I guess.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
they are a
This is probably
shad
something
or-
we should.
Yeah,
know.
like a bait fish one.
We don't know. I'm
We
not a
don't know.
biologist.
Mark Hunter, you've been up to big things.
I have
You were at the OBN. I don't know what they call that.
the
Championship.
provincial qualifier
Provincial qualifier.
on Lake Nipissing. Oh my God! I fished in some pretty crazy water, but
You
that-
crushed them out there, no?
No, I did. The only thing I crushed was waves, man.
That's honest.
You know what? I've never been on the lake before. It's like 65, 70 kilometers across that lake. It's a huge lake. And right where we launched was on the east shore. So all that wind, the west wind, it was just pounding it the whole time. I've never been on waves like that. I didn't do good. I had 2 fish on day 1 and 2 fish on day 2. On day 2, one of them was a 5.7.
Yeah, you got the second.
You got a
biggest
big
fish
one.
of the
You got a
tournament,
big
right?
one on.
I got the second biggest fish of the tournament, I think. Yeah.
Second biggest one?
Yeah.
I finished second at bowling.
And and this weekend I got the Hyper Tour Classic.
So
we're
how
dual
does the
tour.
Hyper Tour work? I don't know.
Hyper Tour is the H, the Y, the P comes from Hogtown, York Bassmasters, and Port Perry Bassmasters.
Oh, I didn't
Okay.
know that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's it's a combination of 3 Bassmaster clubs in our area.
Okay.
And we've come together and we run like a joint event. So you have to be a member of one of those clubs to be part of it.
Now, how many events a year do they run?
There's 3 events plus a 2-day classic. So
Wow.
it's 5 days altogether. And, we get between 30 and 40 boats each time.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. And you get to meet other guys from other clubs. And
Here's a question for you. Do you miss fishing like a normal series?
I do. But
'Cause you
I'm
used to
so
fish-
busy that for years I fished. I fished
CSFL,
series.
top
CSFL,
bass.
top bass. But I'm just so busy with work. I do have my own business. And
Yep.
I got to feed the family before I feed the fishes,
Gotcha.
That's
But do
Yeah.
you miss it? Do you miss it? Is it?
I do.
Is
I
there
do.
the same intensity there, or?
Oh, I still love it. It doesn't matter if it's a clubby or not. I'm pumped. I'm singing all the way to the ramp. And
Oh,
I have a
anytime
good
you're
time.
going fishing,
yeah.
you're doing that.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be there. So, anyways, for the Hyper Tour Classic, I got a fish. I do well. I'm sitting 1 point behind an Angler of the Year for the series. So I want that trophy.
Nice.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
what lake's it on?
It is on sturgeon, which I kind of like.
Yeah,
You
you're
like
good
sturgeon,
You're
eh?
pretty good
Yeah.
on sturgeon.
Yeah. And you know what? I've been hearing guys. There's a ton of these guys out there pre-fishing. There was guys on the lake all weekend this weekend. I don't have time for that, so I'm just going out and going fishing.
Nice. Sometimes that's the
Yeah,
best
but
way
you'll
to do
crush
it.
'em.
It is.
Sometimes it is the
Yeah.
best way to get that done.
So I gotta
Pre-fishing,
fix
you
my
overstart
trolling.
things now.
If I have a trolling motor, of course.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I smashed it on those waves on Nipissing. The shaft, like I can pull the shaft like this.
You
and
can
see
pull
bare-
the shaft.
Oh my
like
gosh.
this.
Pull that shaft. Yeah,
How big's that shaft?
there he is.
It's I think it's a 45, not
Oh, nice.
4.5, 45.
45.
What?
So it's I can pull it right. Like I could probably pull it and bring the whole thing out of the head.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
you
pulled
blew
it
the
long
bearing.
enough. So I got it. I took it off today. My wife's been so kind. She's gonna drop it off at Pickering to Grant Mills at Boat Tech, and he's gonna fix me up. Hopefully
like
in the
Grant
next
Mills.
Couple of days.
He
Yeah,
fixed
he's-
mine
He's
before.
a super nice
Yeah,
guy.
he's a
About
great
my
guy.
batteries. Well, some of my batteries from Grant. He's a super nice guy.
Well, he's the go-to guy around here if you have any problems with that. or
That
you want
same
your-
problem happened to me where I blew my shaft and I had to take
Yeah.
it to Grant Mills.
Yeah.
Grant
job,
Mills will
he's-
look after your shaft if it
Good
blows.
job.
Well,
He's
hey.
short.
Hey, he tucked
Shout
it
out
back
to
in nice
Grant.
and pretty for me.
Shout out to Grant.
Thanks, Grant.
Yeah.
Now listen, big topic around the Ontario tournament news. We're running out of stuff to talk about already.
No, we're not. We never
Listen,
talk.
we got big thing going around. Spot stealers.
Yes.
There is a huge. Before we did the last podcast, somebody brought it to my attention that they were sending letters to 2 of the big tournament series asking to not fish against certain individuals anymore because it's straight. The spot stealing is so bad.
Yes. And there's-
Binoculars out, watching teams, following teams around.
Yeah. And you've been pre-fishing. It happened to Joe and I out on Quinny for the FLW.
Really?
We're fishing a weed line. A boat comes screaming in. He's on plane, like coming up towards us. He slows down. He makes a turn in. He was still like maybe 200 feet away from me, or 200, 300 feet away from us. He stops his boat, sits there for a second, and off he goes again. Like that's kind of odd behavior. Is he?
There's
seeing
no-
what we're fishing?
There's
or
no
I
real
don't know.
official rules on
No, there's not.
this, I don't
There's
think.
not.
But there's
But there's
etiquette
setting
to the
etiquette.
game, right?
Absolutely.
Well, this is how I think it plays out. At the end of the day, when you win an event, you're going to know yourself if you fished your water and went and found those fish, or
Yeah.
you went and stole somebody's fish.
And those kind of guys don't give a shoot.
Snap.
Well,
You can say shit.
they gotta live with themselves. I don't know.
I don't know either what the answer to that is. You just get a bad name for yourself. I don't know if you could even ban somebody from a series for this.
No.
No,
right?
There's no rule
There's
against.
no rule.
No rule.
But when you show up to the launch and you got binoculars
It's my
on
spot.
on your console,
Well, that's
come on, man.
Well, that is
watcher.
a little. That is like a stretch, and
Yeah.
some anglers who do really well all the time seem to see these
Do you
anglers.
have binoculars in your boat?
No, I don't.
I do.
Rob Jackson just
I
made a
do
funny
have-
comment.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Making a poor choice stealing your spots, Mark.
I know, eh? Hey, if you
Ours
guys,
aren't hot either.
if you guys want to weigh like 8 pounds,
Yeah. We got the spots.
yeah.
But what do you like? It's been talked about a lot. I think that's come up.
It's
more.
been talked about a lot since the FLW.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's been going.
FLW Canada.
Do you know what I mean?
Tell that
Like,
back.
And last year too.
yes, last year it had
I
been
didn't
brought
hear
up.
anything about it last year.
No, I
This year is the first time, but I've heard a lot of chatter.
Hey,
This
You know,
is the
and
first year I've heard about it in like a mass way.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
guys really coming and talking about it and being upset.
Well, because it's happening for 2 years now, and it seems to be the same guys.
Yeah, I've
and
never.
different people that are saying it. So there's got to be some validity to it.
Yes,
And-
nobody is
And
fault.
to clear up,
Sean
I
and
don't have binoculars on my boat to see what other people are doing.
No,
You
Sean
know
and
what?
I don't
we
fish
saw
those
a
spots.
bald eagle on Seymour once.
Ooh,
and
I saw-
and I wanted to see it. I said, man, I wish I had binoculars. That night I went and put binoculars. They stayed under my seat ever since, but
Well, you have
Yeah.
them in
I
your boat, eh?
I wanted to see it. I really
Well, I
wanted to see
saw
it.
a bald eagle. Speaking of bald eagles,
Yeah.
at Tri-Lakes during pre-fish. Man, they're gigantic birds, and we saw them
They're
at Seymour too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did pike fishing.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 of them.
We smashed them that day, too.
It's good fish.
Yeah, man.
I hooked
The,
Ian in the leg that day.
yeah, you did. Yeah, and he pulled the hook out. Nice
that
guy.
day, like it's something
That was the
different.
day.
It was a
I
special
remember
day.
that day. It was
So
special.
I don't know what we do about spot stealers. I think that it's been going on for since tournament fishing have been around. I think that it's just being taken to a new level that people are really taking offense to it.
What do you think of the whole putting notes on people's trucks at the parking lot?
I didn't hear about this.
Somebody talked to us about that.
But
Who?
what?
You were definitely there. They fished a tournament. I believe it was out West Way somewhere, and somebody had written up like a write-up thing, taken the time to write up boat spot stealing, and I don't know if it named the names or whatever. And they cut it out, and they had somebody put them on the windshields of all the the trailers.
What?
Underneath.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a
Really?
dick
It
move.
might have been Garnier that said that. It
I've
might
ne-
have been.
I
It
never
might have
heard
been.
about
It was
this.
that-
Wow.
Yeah, it was that weekend somebody was talking.
Wow,
about it,
somebody's
so,
passionate.
yeah.
Wow.
So
Hey.
somebody wanted to spread the word.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was in the West End. Or
I don't
or
even
maybe
know
it was Pizzetta.
if it would
I don't know
make
who it
me.
was.
It would bother me. It's just like I can't imagine as much as I can't imagine ever cheating to win a tournament. I can't imagine
Stealing somebody's
stealing
spot
somebody's
to win a
spot to
tournament?
win a tournament.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think.
And
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
weird.
not fishing it like you are. They're not probably not even hitting the spot you're actually hitting. So is it? Is
Yeah.
there any validity to it? Like, is
See,
there
I
any-
don't think those people are fishing for the right reasons.
No,
No.
You think
No.
that's what it is?
Well, I don't go out there and fish because I want to win and everybody to know my name. I go out there and fish because I want
Everybody
to
already knows you.
I like
man.
the group of people I fish with. I like talking to all the guys at the
Yeah, yeah.
tournaments.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's a
I
great
love
group
that.
of
I
guys.
love that.
I like learning
Yeah.
a lot from all these guys. Like I've made some pretty good friends that guys have taken me out and showed me techniques and
Yeah.
taught me shit. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate it so much, right?
I've had a great year talking to anglers
So-
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More
I think
than
they're
I
I
just-
like it. I like it.
I think they're not fishing for the right
And then when you're
reasons.
waiting for blast off and you're all floating around.
I think
you
that
know,
I
razzing
fish
each
tournaments.
other.
The big reason for me to fish tournaments this year was so that we could film it, so more people would sign up to fish tournaments in the future.
And I hope they do.
And you know, it even when you're doing really bad, you know, after that August is the worst. In all my years tournament fishing, I've never had an August like that. Like to the point where I was like an infant and just I didn't even know what to do. I just couldn't get a big fish to bite. Just I didn't even know what to do.
Did you
Like,
steal somebody's spot to find one? Or
no, I went down with the ship.
You got to do
The
the, old,
game plan.
the
But
old
you know what?
pattern, buddy.
You know,
Yeah.
I still have blast. It's stressful, and as much as it sucks, at the end of the day, you know, like I said with Andy, he asked me, and he's like, "How do you stay so positive?" And I was like, "How many guys fish today?" He said 79 teams. I said 78 of us are going on home happy. In my eyes, if you know, 11th place is as good as 81st. right?
Yeah, well,
Do you know what I
I
mean?
don't know. It
You're
pays
right.
a little better.
Right? Like or whatever the last
cut is.
paycheck is,
Right.
right? If you finish they pay 10 spots and your guy 11, you got paid as much as 81st. So you
Yeah.
got to swing for the fences. You got to fish what you know. And I think there's a lot of this year our water didn't hit in August, but it's quite possible the next year our water hits in August and all those other guys who did really well this year struggle. Right?
Yeah.
I can remember this happened to Marley and I maybe 8 years ago. We came off 2 really, really good seasons where, like, man, we were talking about where all these fish came from on our spots. Like, we always fish these spots, and then all of a sudden they just started producing fish at one
They what?
after another producing.
They what?
They're
They
par-
what? What did you
they're
say?
But
producing.
so the next year,
What was the boat made of?
nothing. The next year we fished the exact same water, and there was like nothing there, like there was no fish there at all. So I believe in like Jared and Gerard haven't had a fantastic season,
Nope.
but man, when they swing for the fences and it they have those years.
Oh yeah, when those
they're
fish are
real-
going.
Oh man, when
They
those
can
fish
catch
are hunkered on Gerard and Jared water, and it'll happen again. They're team of the year. They blow everybody out of the water, and then it seems like some years that the fish don't set up how they'd like it, and then Gerard and Jared do well, but
Depends
it's not
on
like
what time of year we're
it's
fishing
not
those
a-
lakes, right?
they don't
It-
dominate
it
like they do
rotates.
some years.
Be honest, have you missed J-Mac this year?
I have.
Yeah.
On determinacy, you know what? You know
He's
what
the
the thing.
funniest guy in the morning.
He is, but he's
And
such
He's one of the funniest guys on the planet.
Hey, but he's such a
Straight up.
sandbagger. Like,
Yeah.
you know how I met J Mac? Him and Scotty Burns ran out of oil on the Bay of Quinte, and we happened to be driving by them, and and I never spoke to either of them my whole life, and they waved us down, and we went over, and we took J Mac and their fish to blast off, and Scotty Burns stayed with the boat. And I never laughed so hard after just meeting somebody. By the time we were at the boat launch, J Mac was like our best friend. We had his cell phone number. He was texting us inappropriate things.
Oh, yes, he was.
But he, you know what? He is probably in all of tournament fishing history the greatest sandbagger of all time. Straight up, you go up to
You
him.
think so?
I've never been to a tournament where with J Mac was there, and you go up to him, and you go, "Are you on him?" And he goes, "Nah, you know what? It's been a tough week, Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty didn't do so hot tournament fishing or pre-fishing. You know, I haven't been out at all. I've been at home doing all this stuff." And they weigh in some godly amount of fish, like just clean the field. And then you talk to him, and he's like, "No, really, pre-fish was that bad." Or he'll text you, and he'll give you the worst information ever. Straight up, just like
I can see it.
right.
I can see it.
And in the moment when you're reading this,
I would expect it.
You're like, maybe J Mac and I are that good of friends. Maybe I got the real information this time. Tournament day comes, and you catch Jack All, and he's got 27 pounds of smallmouth.
You're just fishing.
You know what the interesting thing is him and Scotty Burns won Balsam Lake with no trolling motor.
Yeah, they did.
No trolling motor. And like, it was
no, it was Balsam Lake.
It was Balsam Lake, and they
yeah.
weighed in a giant sack of largemouth.
Yeah, we weighed out of the park that day.
I wasn't there.
I was there.
I wouldn't sign up for one of these tournaments.
Yeah, that was a rough day too.
I've never fished a regular season event on Balsam. No. Even when you remember back in the day when Top Bass and they gave you like 8 events and you only had to fish 5.
Mm-hmm.
I never fished Balsam once willingly.
We fished them all.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a tough lake, but yeah, J Mac. Shout out to J Mac in here.
Me and my
He's so straight
going on
faced
over
too,
there?
right?
like this is how good that we wanted to fish. The tournament was on Balsam, right?
Okay.
Mike's at his trailer or whatever at where is it Healy Falls or whatever.
Four Fish Mike?
Yeah, Four-Fish Mike.
Poor guy.
So he calls me at 3:30 in the morning. Says, "Mark, don't even get out of bed." I said, "What?" He says, "I got a flat tire. I got no spare."
No.
Or something like that. I said, "Really?" I said, "Okay, wait, hold on. I'm not giving up this easy. We want to go fishing, right?"
Yeah.
So even though it's balsam, we want to fish. So I left my trailer in Ennismore.
Okay.
Took the tire off my boat trailer from my bow rider that I had in the field there.
No.
Flew all the way to Havelock or wherever it is.
In
Yeah.
what?
In my truck.
In your wife's truck?
No, this is the old truck. This was all
Yeah, it was his truck.
Okay.
right.
They
So I
traded
fly over
his
there.
in for hers.
We changed it. We changed the tire out, and we flew to frickin' Copacabana. Like flew.
Did you
And
make blast off?
We launched the boat, we were and we went like this as the last boat going out. Right.
Yeah.
No
the other
way.
Guys, yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
You know what? You know who's
Yeah.
really gifted at making blast off?
Who?
Chris Tatasco.
Yeah, he is.
That guy, like, stressed me out. Stressed me out every tournament day. I'm like, Chris, we got to leave like an hour early. Don't worry, forget it. What do you want to go so quick for? Come on, relax. I'm like, Jesus, Chris. I'm like, we got to get there. We got like 17 minutes, man. We're just leaving Oshawa.
Yeah, we're in Portland.
You know? He's like, relax. So we get there, and I jump out, and boom, 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 launch him in the boat, park the truck, run all the way back, hop on the boat, and he's just chilling, eh? Puts her in gear. We cruise through. He's already went through boat check and stuff. We cruise through. He cranks it up a little bit to go through the whole pack, and we fit right in as Andy's blasting us off, right as our number.
No way.
Yep, and Andy says, go. He's like, you're lucky. You almost got back of the line. And we were gone.
I haven't heard that from Andy in a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
It should be like 10 times.
Well, guys finally figured it out. Hey, I'm 64. I better find 63 and stay
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, you got the message across.
Yeah.
That's pretty smooth. The Shawn is a warrior in the morning to get the boat
So,
line and
yeah,
getting
I-
the
I-
boat. I don't worry at all.
I don't mind floating around out there for 45 minutes or an
Me
hour
too.
talking to the
Me
guys.
too.
I enjoy that part of the morning. Get all pumped and everybody's in a good mood and ready to rock and roll. And
I'd like to sleep in the boat till 6:55 and then launch it.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I got to stay calm and collective. He's a stress case. He stresses the hell out of me.
Are you guys gelling on the boat together?
Good.
Yeah?
oh, we fish
Yeah.
awesome together.
We
We
have
have
a
a
good
good
time.
time all day. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter
we do.
how shit we're
You
doing.
guys have nailed down the 7-pound mark.
We are.
Buddy, you wait. Balsam 6.
6 pounds?
Listen
Is that
here.
a
Listen
day?
here. If we make the cut
Okay.
on day one,
All right, let's hear this. Let's hear
If
I-
we make the cut on day one, everybody fishes two.
makes
we got to fish 2 days?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a national quad? We don't do that anymore?
That's the third day, isn't it? Isn't it a 3-day?
I don't. I
That's
think.
3 days.
Yeah, but you can get cut after day one.
No.
Yeah, I think
don't know.
so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't.
We're
think
swinging for the
everybody-
fences. If we make the cut, I will be astonished. If we catch 2 fish that you went, oh wow, that's actually a good one, I will be astonished.
Really?
Really?
Oh my! I had one good day out there on a Wednesday back in probably 2007.
Yeah.
How do you feel like hitting a lake with a guy that's so confident?
I'm gonna go there. I swear to God.
No problem.
I'm going there.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Turn
I'm
that frown
throwing
upside
I'm
down.
throwing a Zara spook.
Yeah, that's a great bait, man.
Until
That's my
I-
favorite.
All day. It
All
means
day.
He's only going to have one rod on the deck, which means
That's right.
two of us can fish on the front.
Listen, I'm gonna bust that Zara spook out, start casting until Andy Pilata tells me I have to go home.
Really? All right. So you know what? If you're doing drop shots and stuff, take the front of the boat, throw him on the back.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
For
No,
he's casting your wing.
I'm really hoping I bury my Zara spook into his ear.
I'll take it. I'll take it like a champ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to pull it out.
I never got hooked yet this year.
Really, I got it twice. Once I got it from Shawn,
Yeah.
and the other one I got it from
Yourself.
myself at
Yeah.
Lake Ontario. And Scotty Walton just about puked.
Oh, did you see that Brandon Polinick video when he's with the Angler of the Year from Japan?
I did.
There?
Isn't that
his
cool?
his first hook set goes right in the Japanese
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
chest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was we should talk about that. Did you see that?
No,
It's
I missed
Man,
it.
I
really
wish I
cool,
could pronounce
man.
it.
It's
Is
really
really cool. It is amazing how
I've seen the trailer for it. I got the
Yeah.
video saved.
It's
to watch.
amazing
Yeah, it's
how I wish I could say that Japanese young man's name, but it's amazing. Like he has no problems at all.
Oh,
Like
God, no.
man, he's a hell of an angler.
Yep. Yep.
Because it just goes to show, and him and Brandon seem to fish a lot alike.
Isn't Japan like super finesse fishing?
Yes.
He's the #1 finesse fisher in Japan.
Yeah, and I believe that in the video they said he's won the Angler of the Year title 3 times. For sure last year and once in 2013 or
remember that.
14, something like that. But he's a hell of a stick.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they gelled like just.
Yeah. And even though there was a language barrier, they really I think they had a great time. It shows in the video. They had
Oh,
a
fishing
blast.
is a universal language.
Yeah.
Like
That's
it's
exactly
motion,
what it is.
right?
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
motion.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting because probably for the first 10 years of my career, I only fished with Marley. But now I've fished with a whole bunch of people and got to go out with a ton of guys. It's really interesting that a lot of guys, you don't do anything the same. And some guys, you're like, oh, wow, we fish exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
really shows that as fishing as a universal language, it's can be really, really different too.
Fishing with a bunch of different people really helped me grow as an angler.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
and that's why bass clubs are so important. So
Yeah,
it's
for
such
sure.
A huge.
Yeah.
And I
stepping
definitely
stone for guys.
learned some stuff from some of my co-anglers being
Oh, so have I.
right, and
Absolutely.
throwing stuff and ideas. But it's Marley and I, honest to God, before what year is this? 18.
Yeah.
Before 2016, I
Years.
probably fished with Steve Balzan, Andrew Mercer, Marley Horniak, my mom twice, and Craig. That's it.
wow.
Ever been in that bass boat?
Wow.
Really?
And
Yeah.
maybe-
Ever
no.
since I joined Durham Anglers, man, I've got to fish with everybody.
And I'm probably
It's
forgetting
just-
a couple people, but I, honest to God, 99% of the time I fish with Marley. And it was fun and everything, but I'm really glad I joined the club and I got to fish with some new guys and see, the greatest co-angler ever, Mr. Davis. Crankbait genius.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've never seen anybody throw a crankbait through the weeds before. And he was just like a machine.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, it's
unbelievable.
not something I
And he
really
caught
throw.
fish on a crankbait. And
What
I
do you
was
mean
like,
on crankbait? Oh, just taking the tops of the weeds, ripping it
no, he'd go right through the shit.
with a crankbait.
And he just, every time I hit a weed, like, we're not talking like a full-on milfoil, but we're talking
you're
about
just
sporadic.
super sparse.
Yeah.
Right? But he would hit a weed.
Yeah.
I'd watch his rod tip. He'd hit a weed, and he'd
Yeah,
just
give it a
he'd give her
snap.
a snap, and
Yep.
he was right through them. And he's catching fish where I was flipping.
Really? Yeah.
And I'd
Same
never
kinda
seen that
deal.
before.
With lipless crankbaits. We do it for walleye in the spring, ripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if that's not the way you fish, then I was really like intrigued. He was getting them in
Yeah,
some
that's
shallow
great.
water too.
That's great.
So
I know.
the bass clubs are definitely a great way to learn. I'm trying to become a co-angler in Chris and Corey's bass club next summer, but
Yeah.
still no call back.
I guess.
Yeah, still no call back. I thought we could have like a series where Shawn and I are the core anglers and Chris and Corey, and
Take
we'll just
turns.
meet every Wednesday night and we'll draw names.
Could
And
you imagine?
Well, it's a good job I'm left out of that situation. Thank you very much.
how totally down
I'll
to
go
go.
with Lynn.
Yeah,
I'll beat you all.
yeah, you probably,
Yeah.
for sure.
That'd be
It's amazing
awesome.
how what I noticed and I thought was really cool when the old man deals with the boat for them. Both days at Tri Lakes, Lynn grabbed the boat and
Yep.
it really shows. I think, and this gets back to our opening topic about the cheating and all the bullshit that comes with it. I don't think outside of the fishing world we realize how like devoted that Johnson family is
Oh,
to
sure.
fishing.
Yeah.
Chris and Corey had their women there and all their
Oh,
kids. They got
yeah.
to stand around the stage.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
they're
Like I think that anybody who's not seeing this firsthand, and I would like this year the boys have been a lot more chatty and hanging around the weigh-in, and but it's good to see their families there, and I got to chuckle every day I see the old man putt out of there with, I'm guessing it's Corey's boat, and then you see him blast off down the causeway. I thought that that's pretty cool, but we're probably going to end on this topic, but I don't think people realize how involved that whole family is in fishing. Like the old man could compete in these tournaments, no
Of
problem.
course you could. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if Corey or Chris is busy, the old man's always in there to step in. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like
And they still smash them.
this is like I don't know what like.
I wish
it's a
my
lot
dad
like
was
the-
an incredible angler,
That's
so
right.
I could have
It's-
started when I was a little
It's
kid.
a
That'd be
lot
awesome.
like the Stahl family, right? Like there's just there's hockey families out there, and their kids
Yeah.
playing the,
Yep.
and that's what those Johnsons are,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? And they're a fishing family, and we have
Yep.
a couple of them. What's that other one? That young lad who's doing really well, Cal
You watch what Gooch
Cooper?
does with his kids.
Cooper.
Eh? You watch what Gooch does with his kids.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah,
I bet you they're another Chris and Corey.
Yeah, you think so?
$100.
and
$100.
$100 right now.
I would think that if you're an outsider looking in, and you don't know how much, like those boys have put since they were like little kids, like before high school, Corey's fishing tournament.
Yeah. They
Right?
won their first tournament
Corey
when
was
he was
like-
14, I think, or something
Man,
like that.
I believe, and I could totally be lying here, that Corey had his own, like, he was running a boat at 16 in events,
I believe so, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think that if you take all that into consideration, that's where the there's got to be a little bit of jealousy. Even I'm jealous when I watch Chris and Corey do everything they do. I think, wow, man, why can't that be me? And then you get on to the, well, I can't be that bad at fishing, and then you need a reason why. They're just way better than
Jeff
everybody.
Stafford just brought up another good fishing family.
They're just
the Clemsons.
That's who I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? The old man's. I watched him weighing in at that Bronzeback Cup, right? And
Another
with the
example.
younger brother, while the other brother was fishing. You know, there's good fishing families. But, you know, I really wish there was, like, some kind of thing so that Chris and Corey could just tell everybody how much they worked at this. Like they've
been in the game a long
they've got
time.
more years of fishing tournaments under their belt. I don't even know if Chris is 30 yet.
No, I don't think so either.
Than most guys who are 50. And like we talked before, you know, and I think we really need Corey and Chris to be at these events. Like, I think that it kind of humbles the crowd, right? Like if you like, we hear a lot of there's big egos in fishing and lots of this. If you can't beat Corey and Chris, you probably shouldn't be going. If you can't beat Corey and Chris on Tri Lakes or Rice Lake,
and if you see them there, go up, go talk to them, tell them FearFishing sent you.
Yeah, for sure. Corey will love that. But you know what I mean?
Ask for your free bait.
But you know what I mean? Like it kind of comes roundhouse to the, like, I hate seeing anybody be accused cheaters, especially when they're like the Gretzky's of fishing, right? Like they need that respect. They should have that respect. Maybe it's because they're younger, right? And they've been in this so long that people forget that. But, you know, I really think we need to have that respect level there for Corey and Chris. And I want them to be at tournaments because, man, if you win a tournament and they're not there, you just won because Corey and Chris weren't there, right? Lucky.
Well, I don't look at it that way. I think I got to just pull my hand up.
Do you know what I mean? And they won't be at the Classic this weekend. They're at the St. Lawrence on the Costa.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, so things are looking up for the rest of us that were going. I'll be totally fine to win Balsam Lake Classic and be the guys you won.
We got the Team of the Year, Mike Williams and Dwayne Jacobs. Big congratulations to those guys
for sure.
for Team of the Year.
Excellent guys. They're some of the nicest guys on tour. I've never seen either of them not smiling.
No.
But there's another team.
They're out there for a good time, not a long time.
They've been accused of cheating this year after they won their 2 events, and lots of, you know,
guys,
lots of mouthing. Yeah. So when we talked to them at Skoogog, they were planning on winning another one, and that, like, everybody could keep running their mouths. And that, man, it's good that they have that attitude, and that's kind of the attitude that Chris and Corey have had, right? Mm-hmm. But it shouldn't be like that.
Take it as a compliment,
man.
Guys.
Like, but guys should be going up and saying, "Congratulations, you won 2 in a row. You really did." I remember there was a year. I feel like there was a year at Tom Bass that Gerard and Jared won the first 3 events. I know they won I know they won.
Yeah, I think that was like 5 years ago.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think those guys are cheating either.
No.
Right?
When the jig bites on, the jig bites on.
That's right. So I think before we wrap this up, and this is our big Classic Week show, our big wrap-up of the year, guys got to stop calling people cheaters. Mm-hmm. No matter how bad they kick your ass, you know, they didn't cheat. They just got bigger fish than you.
They outfish you. Suck it up.
Right?
Yeah. Next.
I don't think, you know...
I suck it up at every event.
It's been tough season.
You know what? I always congratulate the winners. If I'm there...
Oh, I did too.
Me too.
Absolutely, man.
I really, yeah.
I got to do it from the bottom of the stage looking up, but...
but it'll be your time. I'm telling you. Like, that's the deal. Like, we can't all be Wayne Gretzky's, but, you know, your time will come, and you got to hang in there. And tournament fishing is more than just winning. There's a lot about winning, but, you know, you'll leave a year of good tournament fishing, even if you don't do so well in the standings, taking something away.
Oh, for sure. Friendships.
Yeah.
Friendships.
Look how many guys we met just this year.
Oh, yeah. Unbelievable. You know what? The beginning of the tournament, the first event, not a ton of guys said good morning. At the last event, I was shocked how many people came over and said, you know, how is it going? There's people waiting. When I was waiting in line to get Shawn because he wouldn't back the truck in for me. Come over to the truck and talk.
I said, forget it. You go get the truck. But it's raining. I don't care.
I
didn't want Shawn to melt. I offered. But yeah, I don't want to hear about cheating anymore.
No.
Let's put our heads down and fish and, you know, worry about that.
That's right.
Classic weight. You want it before we go?
3 days?
3 days. Balsam Lake.
42 pounds.
No.
42?
No.
What are you talking about?
52. 52
what?
Pounds. Yeah.
I'll bet you if you had, you need at least an 18-pound day.
Yeah, so what's that? 54.
18. You need, I think if you had 48 pounds, 2 15s and an 18, you win the Classic this weekend. I don't think it's going to be like. I think it's going to be tough.
Sorry, did I say 42?
Yeah. 48.
I was thinking 2 days.
48.
3 days.
You think
48.
21 pounds 2 days in a row on balsam?
No.
No.
I think that balsam. Somebody's going to bring in a huge super sack, right? I'll bet you day one somebody brings in 21. Day two they weigh in 11 pounds, and they'll make the cut. And I don't think that anybody will be able to do 3 really good days. Corey and Chris aren't there.
52 pounds.
If Corey and Chris were there this weekend, I'd guess 68.
Yeah, you're right. It is hard to do 3 days.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially on like
largemouth, I don't think you could do it. I don't think you could do 3 days.
So I think that if you had 18 day one and 2 15s, you'll be right there.
No, when you got 100 boats pounded every dock first day.
No.
Then the second day.
An 18 pound bag and 2 15s, or a 17 and 2 16s. Any way you shake it down, I think that 48 pounds is there. And I got a gut feeling here that I may even be overshooting that. 45 maybe.
Yeah? I
think
it's closer to 50.
I think it's going to be tough. I bet you there's going to be, after day 2, there will be 3 teams that are pulled way beyond the pack.
It's supposed to rain a lot this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is
all
just
week.
Totally, and then be really nice on the weekend.
Could be good fishing this weekend.
We will see. Anyway, final words?
I just want to say good luck to my daughter. She starts college tomorrow, orientation, and then full blown on Wednesday or Thursday. So good luck, my girl. So proud of you. Love you,
Shawn.
What?
You got a final thought?
No.
Really? You're gonna do this now?
No, I wish all the guys good luck at the Classic this weekend.
I think that's
they'll have great.
I hope everybody has a good time.
pre-fish
I hope everybody smashes fish and we have a total slugfest. As much as I think balsam's tough, it'd be really nice to just have an awesome fishing.
Isn't
Yeah.
this Shawn's final thought?
Yes, it was mine too. We shared it.
It was mine first.
You know what? Be a lot of driving too. It'll be a lot of driving. Sean will do a lot of sleeping on the
So
train.
what you guys planned? You gonna have a sleepover?
No.
You gonna stay somewhere?
We're driving. Hitting the road. I like driving in the mornings
Really,
before tournaments. There's like a 3-hour limit.
You gonna pick Shawn up? Is he gonna meet you
I
somewhere?
don't know.
Oh no, we'll meet somewhere. He's all the way out here. I'm all the way over there. 35's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can meet somewhere.
I'll
on the
meet you.
middle.
Yeah,
We'll figure that out.
Rain and Lindsay at the
Yeah.
Tim Hortons there.
Yeah, we could do
Right at
that.
35.
Why, you want to come one day and just hang out?
I'm sorry, I'm fishing Hyper to a Classic. I got my own fish to fry.
This is Webcast 62. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, you can save $10 on your first order at simplefishing.ca using discount code FearFishing. Wrap this up, honey. Hit that stop recording. Stop streaming. We'll see you